I have so many screens and things happening, so it's like all smushed in. All
I
right.
never have a lot of screens, so it's probably like a lot.
I would love to have like screens, extra
Oh,
screens.
speaking of that, I actually, well, back in my finance world, I always had three screens. And I do have to say, it's really nice because you move everything over and you can see
Yeah,
everything.
I would
Yeah.
love that because I can't.
Just buy a
I know.
screen.
Well, I
You,
know you do millions of tabs, and I just can't handle.
but you should, honestly, it's really easy. Like if you just get a desk, like you may even be able to do it with your desktop and use it as a screen and then you can just like push it up. There may be something you can do with that. Anyway, well, we're
Never just
talking.
walked into our random conversation that we're having.
Well, we're talking about the importance of an accountability partner. And I actually, before we start, I mean, Trisha and I have really benefited from being business partners and also friends and honestly holding each other accountable in different aspects of our lives, whether it be, work or even taking care of ourselves. Or finding other screens.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And now that I'm saying it, I'm like, well, I kind of want to set mine up. Um, well, before we kind of jump into the importance of accountability partner, we want to kind of reflect on last week. So we were talking about scheduling and planning, and when you do that, like really planning and self care. So we're just curious how that's going for everyone. If they've taken the time to do the time audit, if they've also taken the time to actually schedule in self-care for themselves. And I do think we've been seeing people in classes, and I feel like we're just seeing them more, and it was nice to like catch up with a lot of people over the weekend. So hopefully you're taking time for you, and we've had a bunch of events like the Galentine's on Saturday, and just doing different things that I think make you look forward to your self-care. I actually have booked officially my hair appointment for tomorrow, so I'm going.
I need
Yeah,
to do that. Can you
but
book
I've
it
been.
for me while you're there?
Yeah, I actually will. I'll happily do that for you. But I was saying, like, we often say that we're giving this advice, but we also, we need to continually work on it, and it is like a work in progress. So, if there's anything that you're struggling with, or that you feel like you need to change, one, kind of look at it and figure out what that is. But would like an accountability partner, someone, that can check on you, or someone that even just you both like, it's mutually helpful, so that like you both know each other's goals, and then you can kind of check on each other or make sure that you're working towards it, because honestly it really does help. So funny enough, I'll use the hair example, but I've been saying it out loud, and like I'm like, I finally made my appointment, but you're just like, can you make me an appointment? And I will. Like, I'm going to be there, so I might as well, when I'm there, just like see what they have available, and I can do that. So it's simple things, but it's like, it's really helpful to have some extra, I don't know, extra support. So Trisha's going to kind of jump into that a little bit more.
Yeah. So, and a big part of why we created Remix in the first place is the social piece, the accountability piece. Because, like, I'll go back to way before we created Remix. When I was a new mom, I was home with my son who's 8 years old now, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I I didn't realize until I became that person at home with him how much I do crave the social interaction, how much I need it, and how important it is. Because I knew exercising was important, so I joined a big box gym because I figured this has all the stuff I need. And as a new mom, and honestly, anyone, especially now, I feel like these times are so hard. They say something, making friends as you get older becomes harder and harder because you're not in those settings, like you're not in school every day where the millions of kids and you're just like, oh, you're a kid next to me, I'll be your friend, and even you're not in college or and now like a lot of people are working from home, so you don't have that constant interaction. So it's hard to make friends and have that connection when you're at home by yourself. So I think it's important to remember that that social piece is a part of self-care. It is a part of taking care of yourself. And having that accountability partner is so important. So going back to before we opened Remix, I'm at home with my little one. I'm trying to do this box gym, and I think it was very embarrassing, but I think I went one time. I went one time. Oh, someone's coming in. I went one time and I just never went back again because I just was embarrassed. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I didn't even know where I was going or what I was doing. And I didn't have that personal attention. So where Mary Kate and I met was at a small boutique studio, bar studio. And I instantly realized, okay, this is what I need. I need a setting like this where everyone knows your name. You walk in, you feel welcomed, you feel supported. Mary Kay and I met and we instantly clicked, and so many others too. And that's a huge part of why we create a remix is to have that accountability and support. And the only thing I was missing at the other place was the fact that it was only bar. And we knew, I had a personal training background. I knew that you couldn't just do bar. You needed more things. You needed the cardio. You needed the heavier lifting. So that's when Mary Kate approached me in the parking lot and said she had this idea
I
of a
cornered you
small
in the parking lot.
boutique. Right, when she cornered me, I have an idea of doing a small boutique, but with lots of variety. I instantly said yes, because that is exactly what I had been looking for. And I'm so glad that it sort of came to be. And here we are now, which is great. So
And
after
so
all
and I
that
think,
tangent I took, but
but honestly, that's we realized like I feel like we took what we needed from the different places. Like I think it's really, people they need variety and they need to mix it up and change it up. And you get sort of bored, but you want a routine, but you don't want to be bored in your routine. So like the variety that we have is so important. But then what we loved about a smaller place is that like that personalized attention, the accountability, knowing the community. We just like really it made us continually want to go back, and we enjoyed the environment. So that's why I feel like the accountability piece is so important for so many. And interesting enough, I feel like we often know what we need to do. So like I Trisha and I joke about this, but like I know like how to eat healthy. Like I know that if I work out, I feel better. I often can make the time. Like I feel like, if you look at your schedule, you can figure out, and if you are, you properly time manage, you can figure out like where to fit yourself in. But sometimes we just don't always do that. And it is really nice to add that extra accountability in. So some tips that are simple, but I think that obviously we do, and then also really, I think can help you to show up, to press play, to take time for you, to take care of you. And it's that accountability piece. So one would be come to Remix, whether it's in person or virtually. Take class, join the accountability group, be a part of the community. I feel like you can get so much out of not only class, but having a conversation before, having a conversation after, interacting with people that are like-minded, and just seeing that others need that support as well. Like it's interesting when you see that everyone else is sort of in the same spot. Like we're all different, but we all want to feel good, we all want to be healthy. We also like want the support of others and to be surrounded by other people who also feel that way. So come to Remix, take that time for you, but also like just even if you're just in the Facebook, you don't even like participate, that's fine. But if you see that someone's looking for a little extra motivation, or there's a fun class or what have you, it's going to make you want to participate. Secondly, grab a friend or a family member and bring them to class with you, or have them join. And again, because we have the accessibility of in person and live virtual in so many different times, that can mean different things. That could mean they're coming to class like physically with you, or they're taking the same class at the same time, or it could just mean that, hey, bring them to Remix. And then and I'll use two different examples, but one, my mom and my aunt like text each other that about classes, and they're like, oh, what are we going to, what are we taking? And my mom kind of books whatever my aunt's going to take, which I love. And it really holds both of them accountable. Separately, my cousins, they all have like a separate chain. And it's literally just like, I'm going this class, I'm going to that class. They all end up taking different times in different classes. But what they like is like, oh, so-and-so took class this morning. I want to get to class tonight. Like it, even if they're not doing it together, it's just an extra boost of motivation, which I think we all need. Plus it's a healthy habit. So I think we were talking about this, Trisha, in our roundtable, but we're all sort of like missing a little bit more of that community piece, kind of like lost it a little bit during the pandemic. But now things are busy, but you can do something healthy for yourself and also be together. So it's sort of like a double whammy. Like you get to spend time together, but
Like
also you're,
multitasking.
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
which we're big on, multitasking, batching, like doing things together. But it's a nice thing. Like I feel like people, it's like kind of like the old, like going to grab drinks. Like that's fun too. But like, this is a way to take care of yourself and also be with others. So highly recommend that. And then thirdly, book a VIP call. We find that, you know, people that are able to talk to us about their goals and what they're looking to do, and like how to get there and how to look at their schedule and realistically plan. It's been really helpful for them. Honestly, a lot of our Remix Gold members we've been meeting with each month, and just watching them continually progress and take care of themselves. And it's a really nice check-in as well. So if you're not a Gold member, definitely check it out. But also as a member, you get one VIP with us a year. So definitely book it if you haven't already. We'd love to sit down and talk to you about, your goals, your life, and how to best accomplish what you want. And lastly, before we kind of give you some homework, but we wanted to tell you about this, an example of something that, you don't even realize, but like how you could be helping other people. But Trisha and I are in a business group. And like I said, we always are trying to implement all these things. Everything that we give you advice on, we're doing ourselves and always on working on ourselves. But they were talking about really focusing on trying to go to bed a little bit earlier, waking up a little bit earlier, getting back a little bit of time, making sure that you're prioritizing properly. And so we're sort of doing a little challenge in our group. And one of the other one of the other people in the group reached out to us and said, like, will you be my accountability partners? And like I was like, sure, but it's really been nice because she, subconsciously she's kept us on track and vice versa. Like we are checking in, but even when she happens to randomly say like, okay, this is what I did this week, all of a sudden I'm like, it's a recheck for me too. So not only is it helpful for her, but I feel like it's helpful for us as well. So it's just a really nice thing, I feel like, and mutually beneficial, which I think you find. So if you ever think like, oh, I don't want to bother someone, or like this might be annoying, like it's not. And also you could be helping both parties. And I'll give one other example just because Katie and I were talking about it right beforehand. But one of our members, I must have texted that I was going to be taking a 5 a.m. class. And she messaged me on Instagram. I put it on Instagram, and she messaged me on Instagram and said, oh, my bed is just looking like so warm and cozy. But I really want to take that class. And I said, I'll see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Like we had enough time to go, like I was, getting into bed, you had enough time to get to bed, get a good night's sleep. And she came and she did a double, and she was so excited. And I was so excited, like, because I also that's waking up early. And so it was really like helpful. And I was like excited that I got her motivated too. So it really works both ways. And just like easy little things that you can integrate into your life that really will help you accomplish your goals with an extra little support.
I love that so much. And I think too, if you're looking for how do I even set this up, it's nice to pick first of all, a way to check in, whether it's, okay, we're going to do this once a week where we check in, or we're going to check in daily, or during the weekdays. You can use Facebook Messenger, you can text, you can send an email. Like there's different ways to do it. You can even, if you're coming in person, say, I'm going to meet you there in person. It's also helpful to have an accountability partner too who may not be someone you're super close with either. Like it's kind of nice. So if anyone's looking for an accountability partner who may not be like their very best friend or their mom or something, you can write it in our Facebook group or even below this and say, I'm looking for an accountability partner. Because the nice thing that we have with this woman who's in this other group is we both are able to say, hey, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. Like sometimes when you're too close to the person, Mary Kate's talking about get her hair. I'm not gonna like, Mary Kate, get your hair done. Like it's because we're too close to each other sometimes. So it's nice to have a little bit of not separation, but it's nice to have like mix up the accountability partners too.
I agree. And it's also like it's a different perspective. And I feel like and you do sort of notice things like when you're a little bit further from the situation, you can call it out a little bit more, and people aren't offended, especially because you're trying to support each other, so I think I agree with you. It's kind of nice to have someone that you maybe don't know as well. But and then again, I feel like, interesting enough, I feel like then you are like, oh, I need to check in. Like you kind of like are how you want to do it and vice versa. And you're not, I don't know, you're not like holding back, like, oh, I want to just, maybe they do need that extra sleep. Like I have
Right.
to say, I was like, I'll see you at 5 a.m.
Yeah, right.
No, you'll be there.
We'll be your accountability partners too. So if you sign
Yeah.
up for the VIP call, let us know because we'll be happy to push
Yeah.
anyone.
And honestly,
So
hold us
go ahead,
accountable too,
Missy.
because we always say that, even owning a fitness studio, we still need to make time to
Right.
make it to class and things like that. So it's nice, honestly, like when someone says like, hey, do you want to take class with me? Or I'm going to this one. We enjoy that because we want to be like, oh, so-and-so asked me to come, like hop in, I'm going to. So feel free at any time.
All right, amazing. So for the homework this week, we have lots of ways to get some points. So every time you mark off something on the little Love Yourself challenge sheet, you get a point. So you can continue to do that. You can also get 5 points for scheduling your VIP call, which we can put the little link below. And we're so excited to talk to so many of you. And then you also get 5 points for bringing along a family, friend, or member. What am I saying? Family member or friend
Right.
to remix. And side note with that, so we've mentioned it, we sent out an email and mentioned a little bit, but if you haven't heard yet, we are giving out a whole bunch of Lululemon pants, 15, right, Mary Kate?
Yeah, we have 15 pairs of pants to give out, which is kind of awesome.
And when are we giving these out by? Just so people know.
Yeah, they have until the end of February to bring as many friends and
Okay,
basically
end of
friends and
February.
family just have to sign up for their free week. They have to like they have to get booked. But even if like they get set up in their free week and they end up booking, March 1st, but they're like set for their first class, that does count. But friends, family, coworkers, anyone that has wanted to try, all you have to do is get them, send them the link for the free week and then and let us know that you sent them. And for, I guess, the most people that send in the most friends, that's who's getting the pants, which is kind of cool. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We
And I
keep,
will say too, an easy way to do it is we'll drop the link below and then tell your friends and family members to just write your name where it says code, and then we know that you'll be counted.
yes.
So
And you can literally post it anywhere. You can use the link in Instagram, you can use it in Facebook, you can send it an email. It's super easy, but this way you get credit. And also you're doing a nice little thing for family, friends, coworkers, they're taking care of themselves. Plus you get Lululemon pants. So
true. And I will also mention this too, because I feel like not everyone realizes it. We do have a referral program for our members. So if you are a member of Remix and you have someone who you refer ends up joining as well, not only do you get 2 free weeks, but so do they. So it's a win-win. I was just mentioning this to someone, a new member the other day. She's like, "Ooh, that's cool." Because there's other referral programs out there, and sometimes only the person who refers gets the prize. So it's kind of nice that both of you get a prize because it's
yeah.
like a win-win.
Because then you feel like, again, you're gifting them something as well,
Yeah,
so mutually beneficial. But yeah, so
exactly.
take advantage of this challenge. One, to take care of you. Two, to get your accountability partners in, or two, like if you comment below and say you want one, honestly, there's a lot of people who would love to do it as well. And the more people that you get in, the better of a chance you get for new pants. So
Woo!
I feel like I get great prizes. I'm like, when do I get a prize? I would like a prize. Yeah.
Get you a prize.
But actually, and so we're trying to figure out, like, because people jump in, on Facebook and in Instagram. But Diana, we know that you're on. If you have any specific questions about, accountability or accountability partners, or even just anything that you want to work on, feel free to jump on, or you can add to the chat, or you can just listen. But we
Just
always
a lot of pressure.
don't worry. I actually love it because when people pop on, it's like if they have a question, you don't. But if you have any questions or anything specific you want to work on, even this week, shout it out.
Do you want some Lululemon pants?
Yeah.
I always want merch, as you know, and I always purchase them, as you know. The new merchandise, very good. Love
Very
the stars.
Very good.
I will say one thing I have done, all kidding aside, and this just might be to justify my shopping addiction, is like setting interim goals for yourself and like rewarding yourself for it.
I love
So if you want to like lose like if your goal is to lose 30 pounds, right? Every 5 pounds, get yourself something. Like, or if you want to drop a size in something, you should reward yourself because it's not easy to do it and we should treat ourselves.
I
I love that.
I love that. And actually, the fact that, so interesting enough, one, I love it. Two, the fact that you just said that out loud, you know that I'm going to be reminding you of all the things, all
So
the
buy
nice
more
gifts that
stuff.
come with, yeah, well, all the gifts that get to come after each 5 pounds.
All
I'm
the
like, what do
rewards.
you want? Let's go.
Look at this new thing.
Look at this new thing.
And like I think I haven't done it recently and maybe I should, but like I would buy things that I know I couldn't fit into today as a motivation to fit into in the past. And I've been at Remix for almost, what is it, like 3 years? Is it something like that? And like huge turning point for me was when I gave away or donated what was previously my skinny jeans because they became like and it's not just about the weight or the clothes. There's many other reasons, but that's something really tangible. And I will always remember that moment.
I love that.
Diana.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
and we're just going to keep having you have those moments. They're just going to get better and better. But that's like, I love that because you remember, it's like a vivid memory. And also like you have that. So then when you're setting other goals to be like, I did that. So like, what else?
Yeah.
I feel like you use it as motivation to keep going and to keep accomplishing, other things. So we love having you here. You're
And
amazing.
honestly, yeah, Diana, you're amazing. And I love the rewards and it cracks me up because I used to teach kindergarten and I feel like I'm still a kindergartner. I love rewards and I would take a sticker any day. So it's nice.
I do. I'll take a sticker. Maybe we should have stamps at the end of class.
Oh,
Remix stamps on your hand.
I'm gonna be bringing it in. Don't even say it.
Diana's gonna be like covered in stamps and be like, why? I don't know why I did this.
Why did I do
Why did I suggest this as an idea?
this?
I'm
Is
so
great.
excited.
But I feel like it's nice to have things to look forward to and to get acknowledged for your hard work.
Yeah.
And honestly, kind of just to bring it back around, but I feel like, and Diana, you have been such an integral part of like an amazing member, but also like we love seeing you accomplish your goals. And also like, we're like always listening and like we'll like remind you of things and just bring you back to like making sure you're taking care of you because you're an amazing mom and you're an unbelievable businesswoman and like you have so much going on and also like we know what you want to accomplish and also you need to take time for you. So having that extra accountability I feel like is so important. Like having those relationships really helps you keep going and even adapt as things get different or change.
I agree.
100%.
Well, this was amazing. This made my Monday, I have to say.
I know. Thanks for popping on, Diana.
Diana,
Oh
you're
no,
welcome.
thank you. I thought this was how we all joined. I really was not trying to get like super extra credit. I just thought everyone does Zoom.
No, but so honestly, some people do it and then some people do Facebook and some people
Okay.
but I'm glad you did because it's nice to have that. It's nice to hear, from others, not just from Trisha and I. So thank you for popping on.
Yeah. It's been 3 hours since I took your class, so we're on speaking terms again.
You did not speak to me after class.
I did not. I was
like,
I was
good?
not speaking
She's
to
like,
you. We're good now.
We're good now.
I just needed some time.
You got on the Zoom just to tell me that we're good now. I feel like you really need to acknowledge your presence.
Yes, I acknowledge you. We are okay.
We're good. All right, good. Now we're on speaking terms. We love you, Diana. Thank you for jumping on.
Love you guys
thank you,
too.
Diana.
Good job.
Thanks. Happy Monday, everybody. And definitely do your homework. And by homework, meaning do think something for you, take care of you. These are all things to help better you. And that's what Remix is all about. And, and we do these things so that you can continue to take care of yourself and be the best version of you. So
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh,
yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Hold on. Stop the recording.